Hi, welcome to my Creative Corner with Ms. Puff, and today what I'm going to be doing is making a sympathy card for one of my friends that lost her husband recently. So on this designer series paper that we'll be using today is a free item, or I should say a bonus item that Stampin' Up features in the Sale-A-Bration catalogs that they have annually that runs January 3rd to March 31st. So that will be available January 3rd, which is tomorrow. And so this is one of the bonus items that you could get. This is designer series paper, and it's called the Golden Honey designer series paper, and it's 12 by 12. Each paper is 12 by 12. You get 12 pieces, and they have designs on both sides of the sheet. And so today I'll be using this particular designer series paper out of the bunch to make my sympathy card. So pretty much I'm making that a black and white card. This designer series paper will be also great for masculine cards. So we're going to go ahead and get started on that. So what I'll be using is my base would be black, and this cardstock is measuring 11 by 4 1/4 and it's scored at 5 1/2. The designer series paper here is measuring 4 by 5 1/8. Then the other layer I'm going to use is a black piece, and that's going to be measuring 4 1/2 by 3 1/4. Then I'll have a white piece of layer on top of that, and that's measuring 3 by 4 1/4. And for the inside of my card, I have a white piece of cardstock, and that's going to be measuring 4 by 5 1/4. So let's go ahead and get started. So what I'm going to do with this designer series paper is get a piece of ribbon. So you could use whatever ribbon you have. I'm going to just use a gray piece of ribbon here, and I'm going to put that to the lower half of the card. And I'm going to take some Scotch tape and just tape that onto the back of the card. Let's just pull that snug. And then I'm going to go ahead and glue this card to the base, the designer series card to the base. And I'll be using multi-purpose glue. And I'm just going to get my silicone mat to protect my work area. I'll just line that up as even as I can. And a nice thing with the multi-purpose glue is that you could move that around. It doesn't dry that quickly. It's quite forgiving. Alright. Then for the stamp sets that I'm going to be using with this is the Tool Christmas, and I'm going to be using the cardinal bird and this little branch here. Let me just focus my camera. I'm just going to get my big shot so I could stamp my bird. Let's see here, I'll put it this way. Oh, sorry, I want it this way here. I'm just going to line this up. Okay, that looks just about right there. Straighten that out and just get my magnet on there. And I'm using the Stamparatus So if I miss a spot, I could come in and stamp again, and if I wanted to be really dark, I could stamp and get it as dark as I would like. So the ink that I'm going to be using is Memento Tuxedo Black ink. Okay, that came out pretty good. And then also what I use is, let's see here, the stamp set called Flourishing Phrases. It comes with 2 pieces. So I'm going to use the sentiment for inside the card and outside the card. So comfort and healing to you, I'm going to put outside the card. And with that, I use white heat embossing powder to make that card, that part of the sentiment. So I already did that off screen to save time. So we're going to put our cardinal right there. I think that looks pretty good. And then put my sentiment about right here. Alright, so let me go ahead and get some glue. And glue that down. Okay, and then with this sentiment also what I use is our stitch nested die sets to cut that out and run it through your die cutting machine. And I'm going to get some dimensionals and pop this up. Oh, you know what? I was supposed to put my black piece behind here. Let's see if I could pick that up without destroying it too much. I forgot my other layer. Okay. I forgot my black layer that we're going to put that on too. There. So let's try this again. Hopefully it won't be too crushed. I was saying it doesn't look right. Alright. And we'll go ahead and put that down. Covering up all the imperfections that I just took off a couple pieces of layers. Okay, now we could put our dimensionals on and get that sentiment on there. Say about right there. And then I also made a bow that we're gonna take and put it about here. And I'm gonna get a glue dot and put that in. If I could find my glue dots, here we go. When you think you're organized. And then let's see. We'll put that about right there. Okay. And then I'm just going to get my scissors and cut these bows down a little bit. Maybe I put a little angle on that. And I'm going to put a little embellishments. I use some little rhinestones, some black rhinestones. I'll put 3 there. Alrighty. And then we'll just do the inside of our card. And now for that ink in the inside, I'm going to be using basic gray ink. And I'm going to get my Stamparatus here again to do the inside of the card. And with that, I am using, like I said, it was the branch on the tool, and then the sentiment that saying, praying that your heart would be lifted by the many loving thoughts that surround you today. So let's see how this is going to be. Looks about right there. Alrighty. Like I said, using a Stamparatus, if it's not dark enough or you miss a spot, you could go ahead and restamp that. And I'm using the basic gray. And I'm using, as I said before, the sentiment in the flourishing phrasing, praying that your heart will be lifted by many loving thoughts that surround you today, and this branch from the tool Christmas. And this is for the inside of our card. And not bad. That came out pretty nice. So we'll go ahead and use a multi-purpose glue and put down the inside of our card. Alright, there we have it. Is that clear? And that's it. That's quick and easy using the DSP. Like if you have busy paper, you just put a simple little picture to the top, some little bling, a little bow, and this would be going out to my friend in the mail. And that's a sympathy card. Thank you for tuning in, and please like, share, subscribe, and happy stamping.